Just going to do a quick video for people that are bored with Sun Salutations. This is going to require 2 blocks, but you don't quite need 2 blocks. You could use anything that you can basically put your heels on. So you could easily do this with your heels in a wall, although it's going to change a couple of the things. But you could also use a rolled up blanket or just anything that's a little bit wider than your hips and is pretty sturdy. Now I'm practicing on my Thai yoga mat. You clearly are not going to be doing that unless for some reason you have a mat and you'll have to practice on it. This is going to create instability in my practice, so don't expect that you're going to be as unstable as me. All right, so one of the things that the blocks help is if your ankles just don't have that special stretchiness that requires them to go on the floor. And let me tell you, your heels are not required to go on the floor in a down dog. But you should know that by using the blocks, you're putting a little bit more pressure on the shoulders. So it would be nice if you could have a little buoyancy in the arms. And you can have a nice strength in the legs. See, my legs aren't straight. They can go straight, but I want a little bit more access to my core and to the backs of my legs and my butt. So I'm going to do a little bit more of this. And then from here, I'm just going to draw the low belly in and up, and exhale will help you with this. So we're going to inhale and bend, and then exhale from the pit of the pelvis through to the tip of the rib cage and maybe even up towards the heart. You just feel muscles start to draw in and up, more up than in. You do this a few times, and every time you enter a plank pose, you can do this. Inhale, and then I'm going to take my hands out a little wider, and then as you exhale, there's this little wave, and it takes you forward. And then you can take your feet on top of your blocks if you like. And it just gives you a different way to do plank. You can always be on your knees or have your shins on the blocks, so keep that in mind. Shins on blocks is a thing. And then from here, I'll take the knees down. This is how I do all of my descents to the floor with the knees down. I draw the belly in and up. I protract the shoulder blades a little bit. But then as I start to go down, I'm going to retract and draw the shoulder blades down. Come down one body part at a time. And then from here, instead of taking an up dog, my hands are going to go wide, and I'm going to come up to tent hands or tarantula hands. As I exhale, I'm going to lift the belly, push with the arms, and just come up a little bit. And then from here, you can do this a few times. Exhale down, come up on an empty breath, and then inhale. And just by doing this a few times, exhale, if you lift the belly before the head, you'll be supported in the spine. And also with the feet like this, you might want to spread them out so you don't have any hip extension going on there. Because if you can't do hip extension, your low spine will be the thing that actually extends. We'll just do this a few times to warm up the arms. And then when we're ready, we'll take the hands closer, fingers pointing out a bit. I'm going to take my toes around the block. I'm going to pull with the belly, push with the arms, come to cat pose. And then I'll find a down dog with my feet partially on the floor, heels on the blocks. And then from here you can bend and then exhale like you're rolling forward to a plank. Then you're going to step the right foot way outside, take your back knee down, inhale and open. Do this a few times. Reach your right hand back diagonally towards your back foot, or in my case towards your bunny cage. Notice that my arm is curved. I'm going to try to peel the chest open from the front of the shoulder to the bicep, to the inner elbow, to the inner forearm, to the wrists and fingers. And the hand's going to come down, back foot comes under, and then as I exhale, I'm going to take my belly up first and take my back foot up to the front really wide, come up to a baby horse stance. Exhale, come down, step your right foot back, take your right knee down, and then inhale, open to your left. And so here, you might get a better idea of what my base arm is doing. So I'm actually doing a little bit of bending and a little bit of straightening. So I bend as I reach for my back foot, and I straighten mostly when I reach up. One more time, breathing in, and then as you exhale, curl your back toe, step back, either entirely on the blocks for plank pose, right? Or you can have your feet on the floor. Take the knees down. As you bend the elbows, slide your hands energetically back, draw your navel up towards your nose, You're not really doing that, but you're doing it with muscles. And then come down slow. Take your hands wide, feet wide. Exhale, draw the belly in. Push with the arms. Inhale, curl. You can do this 3 times if you want, especially if you're looking for more arm warm-up. Pull the elbows in towards the body. And then your choice. Pull your hands back, take them flat, or keep the tarantula hands, push back to a version of cat pose. Curl your toes under, heels on the blocks. And then from here, the left leg, once we bend the limbs, the left leg, as we roll the low belly up and in, and we create a nice suction in the bottom of the ribs, take the left foot way wide, take the back knee down, open once, reach back, maybe the back knee lifts a little bit or a lot. Reach back twice, reach for your back foot, maybe the knee lifts a little more or not at all. Reach back a 3rd time, do a really quick bind without touching your back. Reach one more time. Take your front foot forward. Breathe. And then as you exhale, a little suction cup in the front belly. Step your front foot forward, fast or slow. Come up to a little bit wider pose. Toe heel your feet out if you want. You can come really low or not. You can rest your arms on your leg. And then once you take your hands down, toe heel your feet back in. And then step your left foot back. Back knee down, reach open. And as you reach for your back foot, you could lift the back knee a little or a lot. Entirely up to you. Reach back. Reach for your foot. Maybe the leg lifts more. On the last one, take your hand to a touchless binding position. Reach. Take your hands down. Step back. And either do a plank down or come to child's pose. I call that a fish sun salutation. I hope you enjoyed it. Maybe add it to your practice sometime.